Welcome back to Talking Fitchburg. Joining us this morning in studio, in person, first time, and we just found out he may have had a radio background. It's Alder Dan Carpenter. Dan, thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. So you had a little bit of radio background in college?
Yeah, that's right. I worked in the promotions department for the Milwaukee Radio Group, which was a collection of 5 radio stations. Their biggest 2 that people might have heard from this area would be 96.5 WKLH, which was classic rock, and then 102.9 The Hog.
I've heard of that one.
Bob
Nice.
and Brian. Yep, yep.
Well, it's Jeremy and Preston. It doesn't really roll off the
Yeah.
tongue.
Hey, everybody's got to start somewhere,
Right.
just like they
That's true.
did.
Yeah. So, all right. So we've got a lot of events happening in the district. So kick us off with the Nine Springs Golf event this weekend.
Yeah, that's taking place this Saturday from 10 until noon, and it's a meet and greet with the police department, the fire station guys, EMT. Lieutenant Brecklin told me that Chase, from our K-9 unit, is going to be there, and it's just an opportunity for members of the public to come and see Nine Springs as a property, but then also get to know their public safety people, police, fire, EMT. Kids or anybody, I guess, would have the opportunity to sit in a squad car, turn on the sirens, the lights, and just kind of see all the technology in the squads and that sort of thing. And they are serving food and drinks, and then food is free for any public safety personnel.
Wow.
And this was an idea put together by Dan Larson, the new operator of Nine Springs Golf Course. This is his first year doing it, and I know he's really making an emphasis and a real effort to make Nine Springs more than just a golfing experience. This was the first year that they had disc golf options,
Sure,
and
yep.
from what I've heard, it went really well. Golfers and disc golfers got along just fine being out there at the same time, and everybody had a good time with that. And Dan's also putting on other community events, a winter carnival he's planning for this winter, and there was a summer event as well. And this is another idea that he had just as a way for people to come together, and whether it's people who live in the immediate neighborhood or anywhere in the city, it's just a chance for people to come be together and see what's going on in their community.
It's neat to see the golf course develop, and
Yeah.
it's more than just a golf course out there, so I think that's pretty cool. And we heard from the grapevine that somebody may have got a hole-in-one on the course.
Yeah, well, you heard correct. That was me. That was in the beginning of September on a Friday morning. It was a Friday before Labor Day, and I was golfing with a buddy, and I golf Nine Springs fairly regularly. I mean, enough to go through my 10 punches on my punch card to get a free round. But I've been golfing for 21 years, and I've come close a few times, and it was on the second hole, which is the tee box right on Fish Hatchery Road.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when it happened, there were a couple of people walking on the sidewalk, like right by us, and me and my friend just started cheering and kind of going crazy, and they kind of looked over like, what's the deal with these two? But it was a really cool experience. My older brother got a hole-in-one, and so now I feel like I'm in that elite category where him and I have something more in common. But it was really just a thrill. I mean, it from the initial tee shot, it didn't look like it was going to be a very good shot at all, but it took a nice bounce and rolled perfectly, and the pin kind of stopped it from rolling further, and it just went right down into the hole. So,
Well, there you go. I think you're our first and only guest that has a hole-in-one that I know of that's been on this show so far.
Episode 4 is officially the
All
greatest
right.
episode
So
ever.
I guess
Wow.
that's a challenge to everyone else. Get out to Nine Springs Golf Course, try and hit some hole-in-ones. And
Absolutely.
Come on this show, and then we'll have,
We'll have you on it. Everybody
battle
who
about it.
gets a
better.
hole-in-one, come on
Yeah.
and visit. Wow.
yeah.
All right, well, Preston's not on the show anymore.
Oh,
so there
dang
you
it.
go.
I got to hit a hole-in-one to get back on here.
Yeah, yes, you do. So also, Promega has a brand new edition that just opened up last week. You want
That's
to
right.
tell us about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, that was on Nobel Drive, part of the Fitchburg Tech Campus, which is part of District 3, which is my aldermanic district that I share with Alder Gonzalez. And this was really cool because and this is what's really cool about local government just in general. I was there for the groundbreaking of this facility in July of 2014. and saw the construction progress over the last year. And then, you flash forward 14 months and you're there for the grand opening.
Yeah.
And seeing things literally from start to finish is always exciting. But this was, they're calling it their Kepler Center, named after Johann Kepler, the German mathematician and scientist. Most famous for his theory on planetary motion.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys want something to look up,
Yeah,
and
it's over
maybe
my
talk
head.
about for the show,
That's all you, Preston.
I got it.
yeah. So this new building, it's a processing facility, and it's really cool. My girlfriend and I went to the open house, and anything that Promega does, even when they opened the Feynman Center 2 years ago, it's an event. People get to walk around and see the facility, but they had food carts, they had live music, they had a shuffleboard table and air hockey, and they really go all out and open it up to anybody from the public. And by the time we got there, it was sort of drawing to a close, but there were still couple hundred people there, easy.
Oh, wow.
So I'd be willing to bet there were, thousands that showed up that day. But it was really neat, and the facility itself is built for growth. They'll fill it probably in the next 5 years to full capacity, but they have some freezers in there that were just so cool. I took pictures of them because I'm kind of a nerd, I guess. But they're some of the tallest self-operating freezers in North America.
Oh, wow.
They're 3 stories tall, and there's one common area that has this little door, and you punch in the coordinates for what it is you're trying to get, which is stored somewhere in the 3 stories. And then it brings the product to you.
Oh.
So then you open this little door, and you have what you have instead of like a big bulk freezer where you open this big door and the cold air escapes. It's this little door, and it keeps things at like negative 70 degrees Celsius.
Whoa.
I mean, it's
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible, and it really was cool, and it's a very modern looking building. There's a fitness center with a nice cafeteria for the employees, and it was really cool, and it's an excellent addition to the city, and Promega is just a great community partner, so we're always happy to see them expand here.
Yeah, all their facilities are super impressive, so no surprise this one sounds like it's also amazing.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Tell you what, Dan, why don't you stick with us next segment, and
Okay.
and we'll get to our other 2 stories that's happening here. We'll take a quick break and be
Sounds
right back.
good.
It's Talking Fitchburg. Welcome back to Talking Fitchburg's PB&J segment, and Dan's looking at us like, "What is PB&J?" Andrew, are you out there with us?
I am. I'm here. Hello.
Andrew's out in the
Back here.
he's out in the closet.
Yeah,
He's
I don't know.
oh there he is.
Ah.
He's out there
Somewhere
With his
doing
many
something.
awards.
There he is.
Yeah,
All right.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
awards and
Somehow he's just a show off. Like, I don't know. So PB&J is a lighthearted segment. We explained to Dan in the break how we got to PB&J, and he's fascinated by it.
Absolutely.
Just put words.
It's making
in
me
your mouth.
hungry for lunch, too.
Yeah, right. So Dan, to continue on, you've got the flea market out at McGaw Park.
Yeah.
That's been going on. Was it the second year that
This
they've
is
done
the
this?
second year that they've done it, and it's every Sunday. The first one was the last Sunday in April, and then the last one will be this Sunday, actually. So it'll be done for the season as of this Sunday, but it runs basically from May till October. That's the plan for next year. And it's something that was started by a Fitchburg resident last year, an avid flea market attendee, went all over the place and just kind of thought, hey, Fitchburg should have a flea market too. So somebody came together, a couple people came together with him and started the Fitchburg Flea Market. And this past season, they had at one point 100 different vendors. On average, every Sunday, they've got on average probably 20 to 30 vendors that sell antiques, refurbished furniture, homemade stuff like soaps and candles, and I mean you can find all sorts of cool stuff there. But it starts every Sunday at 7 a.m. and goes till about noon, and they're looking to expand on it next year. And maybe we can get FACTv to come out sometime and do an on-site feature of it, because it was very successful from what I was told by the operator. So just another thing happening in District 3. There's going to be a break over the winter, but we look forward to starting it back up next spring.
Awesome. Dan, we really appreciate you joining us. We'll get your contact info out on the screen. And
Sure, sounds good.
And we've got to take a quick break. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.